Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. For this week's reading, I will be working with the tarot. I will pull cards as I feel guided. As always, these readings are intuitive and these readings are general readings, so they may or may not resonate with you, okay? So with that, we'll get started. I also wanted to let you guys know that I am having a public channeling and mediumship event on June 24th here in Toronto. So if you guys are interested, all the details are on my website. I will share the link below. Okay, so I hope to see you there. If you're in town, do come over. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, this one wants to come out. I'm just getting movement and decisions for a lot of you guys. Movement and decisions is what I'm getting. Okay, this one wants to come out. Okay. Two more cards. I want two more cards. Okay, this one. And one more. All right. Wow. Okay, so actually I have, I thought I wanted 4, but I have 5 cards here. So it's very interesting when I look at this spread. I'm going to show you the cards. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, we start with the 9 of Pentacles. We move into the 8 of Swords. Then the 9 of Swords. Then we have the Death card. And we have the 10 of Swords. Wow, guys, this is some intense stuff going on. Okay, so I'll get right into it. First of all, the Swords energy is like dominant in this spread, okay? We start with the 9 of Pentacles, okay? This is you being in a comfortable space, you building yourself up, you building your self-esteem, okay? You working on your personal growth, spiritual growth, also finances, and working on your abundance, okay? With this card, I feel like you have been doing this work on yourself for quite some time. You have been working on yourself, and this feels more like spiritual growth to me, okay? Your spiritual growth, also finances for some of you, but spiritual growth and personal development is what I'm getting with this card. So you have been working on it, you have been focusing on yourself, you have been focusing on your self-worth as well with this card. Now what's interesting is the swords that are coming right after that. We have the 8 of Swords followed by the 9 of Swords. So I'm thinking like, what just happened? Because this is such a good space to be in, but I feel like you are here energetically, but then you also feel trapped in some way, because the Swords energy is all about mental space, okay? Now the other thing that I'm getting is that this is what you may be projecting on the outside. This is what the world may be seeing you as, someone very confident or someone who has it all together, but this is how you feel on the inside, okay? Again, the 9 of Swords, look at this space, because she's in her bedroom. This is at nighttime. This is when you are alone by yourself in bed and you are thinking. There's stuff that is, I don't want to say haunting you, but it's like it's weighing you down. There's this energy of something that is weighing you down and something that is keeping you, making you feel trapped. But what I like is that this energy is so balanced and beautiful. This is like the 9 of Pentacles, and we have the 9 of Swords like this, okay? So look at the contrast here. Like, she's at peace here, she's balanced, and she's confident, and here she is up at night with her thoughts, with her whatever it is that she is trying to figure out by herself. So I feel like whatever these struggles are, these are like internal challenges. These could be just simple things like fears. This could be just, it's your fears which are keeping you trapped. It's your fears that are keeping you up at night, okay? And then we have the Death card, which is like a major arcana. So this calls for a total transformation. This calls for a change, whether you like this change or you don't like this change. I feel like you don't have a choice here. When I look at these cards, it's like you have to go with these changes. You have to move forward with whatever is coming your way. It's like you can't stop it, and that's causing this. That's causing anxiety. That's causing you worries about what's coming. And this again, and it ends with the Ten of Swords. So what I feel is this is like the death of the old you. When I look at the cards, that's what I feel. This is like the death of the old version of you, the death of an old way of thinking and being, a death of this limited and staying stuck, okay? It's the ending of that. It's the ending of that kind of thought process, thinking, and even lifestyle. And like in all these cards, what's interesting is that her arms are folded in this, and her hands are kind of tied up in this one. So it's like you feel you have no power, you feel powerless, you feel you have no choice in these situations, but actually you do. Once you end the cycle of whatever this is for you, whatever the swords mean for you guys. For everyone it's going to be different. For some it is fears, for some it is old way of thinking, or old way of being in relationships as well, of how you relate with people. Maybe you were a people pleaser and you always put others' needs first and never spoke your truth, but now it's that cycle is coming to an end, or you didn't have good boundaries, or you didn't stand up for yourself, and now what's required is you can't go back to the old version of you. But when I look at this card in the first position, I feel like this is how the world sees you. They see that you have everything together. They see you as a very balanced person. They see that you know your stuff, but actually internally, this is what I feel is when the rest of the cards is like behind the scenes. This is the forefront and this is behind the scenes what's happening. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. And what I'm getting is behind the scenes, you are figuring out everything that's weighing you. Like, why do you feel the way you feel? Why do you feel stuck in certain situations? Why did you go through certain situations in the past that made you feel the way they did? You're questioning all of these things and the choices that lay ahead. And it's almost like with the Death card right in the middle with all these swords, it's like you can't go back to the old ways. You just can't. Because it's like you can't do what you did in the past. It's not gonna work for you. It's almost like, trying to hold on to sand and while it slips away from your hands. It's something like that. You can't do what you did in the past, and there has to be something new. This huge transformation is there for you. And even though this is how the world sees you, you're still trying to figure those swords out. You're still trying to figure out this mental agony that you go through every night, okay? Every day, every night, you're figuring out things. And even though you have the strong front of being confident and having everything together. Now I have this Power of Surrender cards right in front of me, and I feel like I need an additional message from Spirit to figure out, like, what message does Spirit have for my viewers when it comes to this reading. One card, please. Okay, this one flew out. Okay, this is so interesting. We have surrender worry. Okay, I'll read what's on the card. It says, make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. I mean, seriously, guys, there couldn't have been a better card than this. This is just saying that all these thoughts, all these worries, all these, this feeling of being stuck, this feeling of being anxious and just overthinking things, you need to breathe it out. Look at how she's relaxed, she's on a swing. Maybe go out and chill out a bit, take it easy, divert your mind, do something that is fun. And what I'm getting with this card is that you're worrying about the details of how things are going to come about, how are certain situations going to fall into place. And this card is just saying that you need to trust Spirit. You need to trust there is a greater plan, and it's not for you to figure out all the details right now. You need to let it go and trust that everything will fall into place. Now, I know that this is whoever is watching, and if you're going through the situation, this 9 of Swords situation and 10 of Swords situation, it's tough. I mean, you may be going through endings and you may be going through tough situations, and death is right in the middle of the reading. It's like a lot of intense energies, but I feel that, like this card says, surrender worry. You need to stop focusing on everything that, we have a tendency to worry about the worst case scenarios, like this might happen, and we're always thinking about the worst case scenario. And I feel that's what you need to release, like thinking about what's the worst that's going to happen, and trust that it's going to pan out in the right way at the right time. Okay, with that, I'm going to end this reading here. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being here.